welcome back to the Green Witch Homestead. So this is going to be an interesting weekend for us. We are dipping our toes into the water of our very first official farmers market, and I'm kind of excited. Now, it's not a huge market and it's not going to be a big stand for us. We don't have a lot of produce yet this time of year. We are doing some plant starts and some odds and ends, as well as some of my salves and tinctures and extracts will be sold there. So first things first, I'm going to harvest the lettuce from the green stalk, as well as the rest of the spinach and maybe a couple bunches of spring onions. Haven't decided yet. We'll get those all cleaned and processed and bundled up and ready for sale. While I still have some light, I'm going to do a quick little update on some of my flowers. I've had some flowers bloom this year that hadn't bloomed yet, so I'm kind of excited to see what they look like and to show you. First is my oriental poppy. Now, she's already closed up for the night, but you can see. And this is the second one to bloom. I missed the first one. It's already lost the petals, but it was white with the black center, and I've got about 6 or 7 more buds, as you can see on here, and I'm so excited that this thing popped. Hiding over here, some of my black mamba petunias bloomed true. Some of them got this really pretty deep magenta color, but I got one here that is that true black from last year, so I'm so excited, and I'll definitely have to save seeds from this particular plant. Not only is my pink surprise calendula from Baker's Creek blooming, though it's not super pink, it's actually a fasciated blossom, which is kind of cool. This is something I haven't seen before. I've had sweet potato vines all my life. I love the sweet potato vines. I've never had one flower before. I'm loving this thing. It looks like a morning glory. And then there's the coolest dude in my garden. This is an iris. I got this last year from our local wildflower sanctuary. This is a native Missouri ditch iris. And I've never seen an iris this color before, let alone this shape. It's definitely not a bearded iris. And it's beautiful. It's got a second bud coming up right there. This little beauty right here is a magenta dianthus. Now, I purchased this plant last year from our master gardeners, and I have forgotten about this pot. It had some sedum in it and it had the dianthus. I did not bring it inside, and this thing has come back with a vengeance. So I think I'm going to leave my dianthus out. They're, apparently they're perennials here. So that's just a few flowers that I myself grew from seed that are blooming. I have a lot more that are still little plants and they haven't quite even gotten big enough to put on buds yet, let alone bloom. I don't know what it is. I've grown plants so long, but for some reason for me, growing a flower, it's always been something that seemed so difficult. And to successfully do it, especially from seeds that I saved from my plants last year, it just, I don't know, it's undescribable what that's like. It just instills in you such a great pride and joy that you did this. I had the plant, I saved the seeds, I protected them, I cared for them, I planted them, and now they're rewarding me. So these are the last little bits of our plants that we have for sale that we're going to take to the market. I've got a couple tomatoes. They're looking a little straggly. They don't like being on those pots. They need to get in the ground. I've got some nice little lettuce starts here, and then a couple bell peppers, and I think there's one bush bean in there. We can't have a video now without some cuteness overload. These are the baby bunnies. They are all weaned. They're eating solid foods and drinking on their own. They've all been pulled out from mom and put into this pen, and in a couple more days they'll be big enough for me to sex them and split them out, male and females. What I'm doing here is sorting the lettuce. We've washed it. I've got several that are nice little heads and be sold like this, and then the majority of it is loose leafed. It's going to be washed, dried off a little bit, and then put into 1-gallon baggies. We are here. We are set up. It is raining. Not too hard anymore. There are a few people here and just a small little market, but it's exciting. I've already had a few sales. It was raining when we got there, so I did not get to film any of the setup, but this is our table. I've got some wooden carved bowls from my brother-in-law, my lettuces, eggs, homemade cookies, my tinctures and salves, some of my vanilla extract, a few other odds and ends. Well, it's the next day. We are home. I did not get to film as much at the market as I would have liked, but we were the new people, so I didn't want to intrude. It's a fairly small market. Everyone seems kind of like family there. I will definitely be selling there again. I made a lot more than I thought I would make. Not as, nothing sustainable, but it's extra money in the pocket. And I sold most of my cookies. I sold a couple of my salves and tinctures and a lot of my lettuce and stuff. So it was overall a pleasant experience, and I look forward to doing it again. And I strongly recommend that you guys give it a try. I wish I could make a longer video for you this weekend. However, it's been raining non-stop for the last 6 days, so there's not much we can do outside. And unfortunately, we're just kind of sitting in the house twiddling our thumbs. I am grateful for the rain. As a gardener, there's nothing better for the garden than rain. You can water it from your hose, but there's stuff in the rain, nitrogen and other minerals that just benefit plant life all around. So I'm not complaining that it's raining. I just wish we would get a little bit of a break. I'm lucky enough that I got all of my garden in, so everything is just sitting, soaking up this moisture. It's on autopilot right now. I'm going to have a lot of weeding to do when I can get out there and not have to deal with 3 inches of mud. We do have a few other things going on the farm right now. As you can hear in the background, I've got some baby chicks, which will be doing a little bit video on that. We received them from McMurray's hatchery at the beginning of the month. I'm looking forward to doing a little video about raising chickens and ducklings here on the farm. I noticed that I don't talk very much about my birds, and they are a huge part of our farm here. I hope wherever you are, you're having a nice dry weekend, unlike us here. Thanks for following along. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on your way out, and subscribe if you like our videos. And remember, get your hands dirty.